Support for this project is provided by Total Boat. Find tools and inspiration for craftsmen at totalboat.com. We've got some scrap steel back here. Used to do a decent amount of welding back in the day. I may do it again sometime. That's why I can't throw away things like this. But right there, if you can see it, is the base to a coffee table. That used to be in my parents' house years ago. And when they downsized, I just put it in the woods. I do have a wood top to that. But the first thing I'm gonna have to do is come back here with the chainsaw, clean this out. Then I'll bring the four-wheeler in and try to drag it out that way. Just want to make sure this doesn't fall on me. It's not connected to anything. Yeah. This thing's definitely going to drop at some point. That's it. I'm really happy that I put this on a treated plywood little frame, kept it off the dirt. That definitely helped out. This thing's not nearly as heavy as I remember it either. I could probably pull this, but I'm just gonna pull it to get it out on the grass. Always work comfortable. It's amazing, just having this a little bit higher, it's gonna make the whole cleaning process a lot more enjoyable. And I think I'm gonna power wash it first. I'll just rake this stuff off so I don't have to pick it up later. I'm using a little lacquer thinner to remove the adhesive. This is a piece of sapele, just a cut off, and I'm going to make feet for the bottom that measure 2 inches by 4 inches. I decided I didn't want to elevate the table the full 3/4 of an inch because it would just create a home or a hiding place for a mouse or a chipmunk. So I'm going to resaw this at 1/4 of an inch. I made these little feet to elevate the table off the ground a little bit, and I'm going to attach them with the Thixo epoxy. This stuff is great, and here's a tip I got from Derek from Molden. When you use this stuff, this is a mixing tip, leave the tip on that you use because it'll be cured here, but not cured here, and you can just change the tip like I just did. And then when you put the new tip on, run a bead maybe an inch or two just to make sure it's completely mixed before you use it on your project. Okay, that looks pretty good. So now I'll put a healthy bead on the feet. So you can see the total boat Thixo is nice and dry, and it takes a while. That's really one of the nice things about the Thixo. If you're gluing up a tabletop, you've got a lot of working time. So now I'm going to use some of the Halcyon to seal this. I'll get 2 coats on there, and then maybe even use a nylon dome just to keep it off of the ground. This is the shed that I built for the gas tanks a few years ago. And here's some beeswax right here. I'm not going to use the oxygen acetylene. I'll just go with the MAP gas for now. Okay, so this side is done, and I had to switch over to propane because I ran out of MAP gas. I can still feel the heat coming off of this. And you could almost not do this finish in the wintertime because the steel would be too cold. And the best way to do it is to kind of get the pieces warm, get the wax melted a little bit, and it will pull the wax off the brush. And as you work, it gets easier and easier because the pieces get warmer and warmer as you work your way down the piece. So I'll get the wax everywhere. Once the wax is on all the surfaces, then I'll use a rag and heat it and wipe away the excess at the same time. The tabletops are in here, and they're in pretty good shape, but I did get a little spray foam insulation on them last year. So I'll need to give them a sanding, and I'm going to then put on a coat or 2 of the Gleam Marine Spar Varnish. And when I said tabletops, this is 2 tabletops. There's a seam in the center like this, which is not ideal for an outdoor table. So I may end up replacing the top next year. A little bit about this table and the base. I made it almost 25 years ago. The top is hickory, I believe. The main part of the base is diamond plate. The round discs are Harrow wheels, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Supporting the Harrow wheels is another farming type tool, but I don't know exactly what it's called. All of the metal, the harrow wheels, and the metal plow tool that supports the harrow wheel are spring steel, so they needed to be welded with a special rod. And for me, that was something of trial and error. I remember the welds popping when I first made something with spring steel. The beeswax will need to be reapplied every year or two because this table will live outside. If this was going to be inside, then it would just be one and done. The nice thing about the beeswax is it seals the steel and will prevent it from kind of rusting away. So whether it's 5 or 10 years from now, this piece can be reheated, the wax can be reapplied, and it could go inside and look as good as new, or look as good as it does today. So hope you enjoyed this video. It was fun making the video, and it's nice to see this piece come back to life and be used again. Just watch your feet, because those aren't really good work shoes. Starting to spin, right?
Not really.
Okay, take those. That's good for now. Your mom's gonna tell us where she wants it.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
We want these puppies.
Just put them on top of the floor wheel. I'll bring them back.
All right, I'm gonna go on hard run for a little bit.
Are you really gonna go for a ride?
No. I gotta go to work.
Good. Thanks again.
Yeah. Nice table, man. I have to sit down here for a while.